Hey explorers, welcome back to The Magic Lives On, where every step tells a story. And today, I've got a story that's going to whisk you away to one of the most stunning and tranquil spots at Walt Disney World, Disney's Wilderness Lodge. Trust me, this place is not just a resort, it's a journey into the heart of the American frontier. From its breathtaking architecture to hidden secrets that you might not notice on your first visit, we're diving deep into the magic of this incredible lodge. But before we get started, let me ask you something. If you could only visit one Disney resort for the rest of your life, which one would it be? Let me know down in the comments. And hey, maybe this video will give you a new favorite. Oh, and speaking of secrets, I've got a little riddle for you. When exploring is your aim, you'll find Mickey has staked his claim. You only need to find the pot. When you've done that, you've found the spot. Can you guess where it is? We'll reveal the answer at the end, so stick around because this hidden gem is something you won't want to miss. Ready? Let's step into the wilderness wonderland and see what adventures are waiting for us. Take a deep breath in. Doesn't it feel like we've left the hustle and bustle of Disney World behind? I mean, here we are, just a boat ride away from the Magic Kingdom. And yet, it feels like we've stepped into the middle of the Pacific Northwest, surrounded by nature's beauty. The air feels fresher, the trees stand taller, and the entire space just has this incredible sense of calm. Now, let me tell you something that's going to blow your mind. As they were constructing Disney's Wilderness Lodge, they didn't just throw up some random logs to create that rustic look. Oh no, Disney went big. They brought in 85 truckloads of lodgepole pine logs all the way from Oregon and Montana. That's nearly 40 miles of logs if you laid them end to end. And these logs, they were sustainably sourced from standing dead forests, which meant no trees were cut down just for this resort. Pretty cool, huh? Disney was thinking green long before it was trendy. It's that kind of detail that makes Wilderness Lodge stand out. You're not just looking at a building, you're looking at a work of art that respects the environment it's nestled into. The way the lodge is framed by the trees, the way it blends into the landscape. It's like it was meant to be here all along. Like the lodge just grew out of the forest. And we're about to step inside and uncover even more stories behind this place. Let's go. Okay, wow. Every time I step into this lobby, I'm just blown away. It's hard to know where to start because every inch of this space is packed with detail and history. But first, let's talk about the showstopper, that fireplace. At 82 feet tall, it's designed to replicate the rock strata of the Grand Canyon. If you look closely, you'll notice the different layers of stone, each representing a different era in geological history. So when you're standing here in the lobby, it's almost like you're looking at millions of years of Earth's story. And of course, Disney's storytelling is all about those little details. It's just one more way this lobby feels like it's a living, breathing part of the wilderness. But the fireplace isn't the only piece of history here. Check out these two towering 55-foot totem poles that stand proudly on either side of the lobby. These weren't just decorative pieces thrown in for atmosphere. Disney actually commissioned them from one of the world's foremost Native American historians and totem pole artists. Each one took over a year to complete. They're not just art, they're part of a living tradition representing the eagle and raven clans of the Pacific Northwest. Traditionally, in Native American cultures, families traced their lineage back to either the Eagle clan or the Raven clan. And if you look closely, you'll see all kinds of animals carved into these poles: bears, wolves, fish, each one telling a story. Disney didn't just create a hotel lobby, they created a space filled with meaning, where every carving, every piece of wood has a purpose. The whole place just feels alive with history and culture. And then there's Silver Creek. This little stream begins right here in the lobby. According to Disney's story, it bubbles up from these natural hot springs and flows out of the lobby, down through the resort, over Silver Creek Falls, and eventually into Bay Lake. Of course, in true Disney fashion, it's all an illusion, but an incredible one. The way the water flows seamlessly from one area to the next, it makes you believe you're actually standing at the headwaters of a real creek. And as you explore more of the resort, you'll see how Disney's masterful landscaping makes this waterway seem completely natural. It's these touches that really set the Wilderness Lodge apart. Here's something I love about Wilderness Lodge. Like many Disney resorts, it has its own rich backstory, one that was entirely imagined by Disney's talented Imagineers. They didn't just build a hotel and call it a day. They created an entire fictional history for this place. It's a tale of frontier explorers, rugged individuals, and the wild beauty of the American Northwest. And once upon a time, guests would receive their very own copy of the Silver Creek Star, a newspaper filled with stories about the lodge's history. But let me paint you a picture. It's the early 19th century, and a hardy frontiersman named Colonel Ezekiel Moreland discovers this breathtaking valley, which would later be known as Silver Creek Springs. He's so taken by the area's natural beauty that he decides to settle here, along with his daughter, Genevieve, and their artist friend, Frederick Alonzo Gustav. The three of them work together to create a home, and their story forms the foundation for everything you see around you today. But the story doesn't stop there. Enter Georgie McGregor, a prospector who arrived here in 1852. With dreams of finding silver. He believed the shimmering waters of Silver Creek held a secret, a hidden silver vein just waiting to be tapped. Georgie set up camp right where the lodge now stands, convinced that his fortune was just around the corner. Did he ever find it? Well, that's part of the mystery, because his story adds a touch of adventure and excitement to the lodge's history. And all of this, the legends, the myths, the stories, are what makes Wilderness Lodge feel so special. Disney didn't just create a resort, they crafted a whole narrative, and every part of the lodge ties back to that story. From the architecture to the artwork, everything here is designed to make you feel like you've stepped back in time into a world of pioneers, prospectors, and untamed wilderness. Let's talk about the dining here at Wilderness Lodge. If you're looking for a meal with a side of magic, look no further than Storybook Dining at Artist Point. Here, you'll dine on gourmet American cuisine while being entertained by none other than Snow White and the Evil Queen, and a few of the Seven Dwarfs. I mean, where else can you enjoy a perfectly cooked prime rib while Dopey sneaks up behind you for a photo op? The food here is absolutely delicious. The prime rib is tender, the wild mushroom bisque is rich and earthy, and don't even get me started on the desserts. There's an enchanted apple that's almost too pretty to eat. Almost. Now, if you're in the mood for something a little more down home, Whispering Canyon Cafe is where the action is. This Old West themed restaurant is famous for its all-you-can-eat skillets, packed with barbecue ribs, pulled pork, and everything you need for a good old-fashioned feast. And the best part? The servers here are a riot. Just ask for ketchup and see what happens. Let's just say they take requests very seriously here. It's all part of the fun, and it makes every meal here an experience you won't forget. Now, remember that riddle from earlier? Here's where the answer lies. The Territory Lounge is a quiet little hideaway, perfect for a late-night drink or a quick snack. And if you look closely, you'll find a hidden Mickey on this copper pot right here. It's one of those little Disney touches that makes this place feel so special. It's like they're always giving you a new reason to explore and discover. And if you're in a hurry, but still want something tasty, Roaring Fork has got you covered. It's the lodge's quick service spot, offering breakfast, lunch, and dinner with all the classic Disney favorites. Mickey waffles, anyone? Or what about one of their ginormous bear claws? You can grab a bite and be on your way to your next adventure in no time. As we move outside, take a look around. The main building here at Wilderness Lodge was designed to be more than just a place to sleep. It's a love letter to America's national parks and lodges that were built to welcome visitors into these natural wonders. If you've ever been to Yellowstone's Old Faithful Inn or Glacier National Park's Mini Glacier Hotel, you'll notice some similarities. That's because Wilderness Lodge was inspired by these grand, rustic lodges of the American West. Everything here is authentic, from the logs to the towering stone chimneys. It's like stepping into a frontier settlement, except with all the modern amenities you could ever need. And the craftsmanship? It's out of this world. The Imagineers were meticulous in creating a space that feels like it could have been built by pioneer craftsmen, using the natural materials that surrounds them. Each log was carefully selected, each stone placed with precision, all to give you that feeling of being tucked away in a mountain lodge miles from civilization. Getting around from Wilderness Lodge is a breeze. You can hop on a boat right here and sail straight to the Magic Kingdom. There's something so magical about watching the castle come into view as you glide across Bay Lake. And if you're headed anywhere else, there are buses that will take you to all 4 parks, Disney Springs, and more. It's convenient, it's easy, and it's all part of the adventure. If you're a fan of natural wonders, don't miss this. Every hour, on the hour, the geyser shoots up into the sky, mimicking the famous Old Faithful. It's a fun little nod to the natural beauty that inspired this resort. And it's just one more reason why Wilderness Lodge is such a special place. Need to cool off after a day of exploring? Copper Creek Springs Pool is the perfect spot. This is the main pool here at Wilderness Lodge, and it's got something for everyone. A 67-foot water slide for the kids. Or, let's be real, the adults too. A hot tub for those who just want to relax, and plenty of space to kick back and enjoy the Florida sunshine. It's like a little oasis right in the middle of the wilderness. And for those days when you just want to sit back, relax, and enjoy the view, Geyser Point Bar and Grill is the perfect spot. It's right on the waterfront, so you can enjoy a casual meal with front row seats to Bay Lake. The menu's got everything from bison burgers to fresh seafood, and it's all served up with a side of serenity. This is one of my favorite spots, just to take a breather. You're so close to the Magic Kingdom, but it feels like a world away. It's the perfect way to recharge after a busy day. And if you're up for some outdoor adventure, Wilderness Lodge has plenty to offer. You can rent bikes and explore the trails that wind through the woods, take a guided fishing excursion on Bay Lake, or even rent a motorized boat to cruise around the water. And at night, gather around the campfire for some classic s'mores or cozy up for a Disney movie under the stars. It's the perfect way to end the day. And those who prefer a little more luxury with their wilderness, we've got Copper Creek Villas and Cabins. These cabins are something special. Opened in 2017, they offer some of the most breathtaking views on Disney property. Imagine waking up to the sight of Bay Lake right outside your window, sipping coffee on your private deck, and watching the sunrise over the water. It's the ultimate escape from the chaos of the parks. Each of the 26 Cascade cabins are designed to give you that perfect blend of rustic charm and modern luxury. You've got your private hot tub, spacious living area, and all the amenities you'd expect from a Disney resort, but with the added bonus of feeling like you're in your own secluded wilderness retreat. And for those who prefer something more central, the south wing of the main lodge has been transformed into 158 Disney Vacation Club units, offering everything from cozy studios to spacious two-bedroom villas. for those rainy afternoons, or when you just need a break from the sun, the Buttons and Bells Arcade is the perfect spot. They've got everything from classic pinball machines to the latest video games, so there's something for everyone to enjoy. It's a fun little escape, and trust me, once you start playing, it's hard to stop. If you're a Disney Vacation Club member, or if you just love a good railroad story, then Boulder Ridge Villas is the place for you. These villas are themed after the lodgings built by railroad workers in the late 19th century, back when the railways were pushing through the wilderness and connecting the country from coast to coast. And Disney has packed the space with incredible memorabilia that tells that story. But here's the best part. Tucked away in this cozy little room, you'll find actual pieces of Walt Disney's personal railroad, his beloved Carrollwood Pacific Railroad. Walt was a lifelong lover of trains, and he even had a miniature railroad set up in his backyard in Los Angeles. Some of the original train cars and pieces of track are right here, on display for everyone to see. These aren't replicas, they're the real deal, on loan from the Walt Disney Family Museum. If you're a Disney history buff, this room is like a treasure trove. It's one of those hidden gems that you might not even know is here, but once you find it, you'll want to spend hours soaking in the nostalgia and history. Well, adventurers, we've reached the end of our journey through Disney's Wilderness Lodge. I don't know about you, but I could stay here forever. I mean, from the towering totem poles that tell stories of ancient cultures to the breathtaking architecture that feels like it's been plucked straight from a national park, this place is so much more than just a resort. It's a living, breathing storybook where every detail, every log, every carving, every hidden Mickey has something to say. But before I let you go, I just wanted to say thank you for joining me on this adventure. Exploring Disney's Wilderness Lodge has been such a blast, and I hope you've had as much fun as I did. If you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you can join us on more adventures like this. We've got so many stories to tell about history, about travel, and about the magic that makes places like this so special. And trust me, you don't want to miss what's coming next. All right, adventurers, until next time, remember, the magic lives on in every step you take. I'll see you real soon.
Goodbye.
And hey, if you enjoyed the Wilderness Lodge, wait until you see what's happening just a short distance away at Disney's Fort Wilderness Campground. In our last video, we explored the rich history of this iconic campground, from its rustic roots to the hidden secrets tucked away in its quiet corners. Ever wonder what it's like to camp at Disney? Or how Fort Wilderness came to be one of the most beloved spots for outdoor enthusiasts and Disney fans alike? Trust me, you're going to want to dive into that adventure. Just click the link and join us as we discover even more hidden gems in Disney's wild side. You won't want to miss it.